Hello everyone, and welcome to honestly my very first visit to the Ethys Astrologicum. Now, on every second video at the moment, the top comment seems to be, "Hey Ethys, when are you gonna level Astrologian? Hey Ethys, what do you think of the Astrologian storyline? Hey Ethys, I'm gonna unsubscribe if you don't hurry up and level your Astrologian, because this is ridiculous." And you know what? It is ridiculous that I haven't done this yet. I've got every other class to at least 50, and while I have a passing familiarity with what's going on in the Astrologian quest line, I haven't poured over the details yet, and for me that's just not good enough. So I should be doing my Anima quest line at the moment, but honestly, I can't put this off any longer, so I'm recording it. We got it on records. I'm gonna level this at least to 50 and just think aloud and kind of edit and compile this together, and then we can all go back to being friends, right? So here we are. Speaking to Jeannequinard, one of the very few Duskwhite I've ever seen. Although Duskwhite are a bit more welcome in Ishgard than they are in Gridania for reasons. Greetings and welcome to the Ethys Astrologicum. Might I ask what drew you here to this place of learning? Jeannequinard sounds just like me, if anyone's wondering. I am unsure. As are all of us, until we learn to open our eyes and see the answers which lie above us in the boundless firmament. And it was there in the stars that I read a man would call upon the Ethys this very day. A man who would play an important role in my own life. Are you hitting on me, dude? I think he's hitting on us. But my apologies. Even the most skilled reader cannot scry a name from the heavens. Would you be so kind as to give me yours that I might know who is to be my newest protege? That's very, very presumptuous. I think that, you know, if anything, if you are hitting on me, I think you'd be the protege. Anyway, sure. I guess I can take the bottom for now. Ethys, well, I was not expecting that, but what is a name but an attempt by our begetters to wield power over the lives of their son and daughters? Lives whose paths have already been foretold, in a sense, that is. Yes, a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. You're quite right, Jeannequinard. My name is Jeannequinard de Durandare. Ooh. And I am an astrologian for the Holy See. Remember that name, for it shall echo forevermore in the annals of Ishgardian history. Well, it will once I put it there. Once we put it there. An ambitious little Duskwhite. I like that. He's very short, though, for an Elazan. So what do we got? Solve the astrolog... Yeah, alright, the basic stuff. He simply cannot take his eyes off me. I've called it, guys, haven't I? I've definitely fucking called what's going on here. A little bit of tension here. Now, where to begin? I suppose I could consult my divining deck for an answer, but that would be too easy now, wouldn't it? Very well, at the beginning it is. Astrology, or the reading of the stars, is a branch of ethereological science which originated in distant Charlene. It's not that distant. There have been astrologians in Ishgard for thousands of years, but it wasn't until 3 centuries ago when Adornel the Younger learned, I should say, that the movement of the stars could also be used to foresee the movements of the Duranian horde, that the field became popular. Since then, that was once a single science. What was once a single science, I should say, has bifurcated into 2 similar yet ultimately different schools of learning: the Charlene school of astrology and the Ishgardian school, the former placing a focus on tapping celestial ether and transforming into beneficial magics or astromancy, the latter specializing solely in determining actions of our dragon enemies to the north. I'm a student of the former, the only student of the former here in Ishgard, and have been actively seeking a partner with whom to conduct my research. Let us just say that my fellow astrologians here have been less than approving of my path, but that is simply because they are afraid of what they do not know. Once they do know of how Charlayan astrology can benefit the seed and soldiers, they will feel foolish for ever having doubted me. Us. You will be joining me, will you not? Walking the path that has been laid out before you instead of stubbornly denying your fate, postponing the inevitable. It's a bit passive-aggressive, isn't he? What does he want me to do? I see you wasted no time making your decision. Like I always say, the stars are never wrong. Alas, even a lifetime of study and training cannot unlock all the secrets written in those stars. Myself, I've been a student of the astromantic arts for more than 30 summers, and I still oft misread the signs shown to me in the skies, though my readings are far more accurate now than they were when I attended the Athenaeum in Charlene. Not the Charlene, mind you, the colony that once thrived in the Dravanian hinterlands. Oh, okay, I thought he was talking about the hinterlands. He was referring to Charlene proper. I can recall my time there like it was but yesterday. The first 6 moons, I was not even allowed to touch the deck of 60. 60, that's interesting. Let alone conduct a reading with a major arcana. The scriptorium, transcribing old tomes. Okay, alright, such 6 elemental houses, divine duplicity. Now that is interesting, divine duplicity. Duplicity is basically a synonym for dualism, unless I'm quite mistaken, and that's referring to the whole, light and dark, our world and the void, Heidelin and Zodiac, duplicity. Class triplicity, house modality and polarity, dignity versus detriment. I'm going to pay very close attention to those things he just said so I can come back and analyze them. I abhorred the task and would tirelessly pester my instructors as to when I might actually be granted the opportunity to weave a spell or perform a reading. It wasn't until the end of the 6th moon that I realized all that transcribing had prepared me with the essentials I would need to do those very things. Yeah, you should be reading books. Basically. That's the take-home. The positions of the celestial bodies within the 6 elemental houses and their relation to the major and minor arcana of the deck of 60, therein lie the secrets to tapping the ethereal power locked in the heavens. And soon you too will become privy to these secrets. But not this day. No, I would not have you transcribe musty old tomes like I was once forced to do. No, the task I have for you is much more interesting. You see, I'm expecting the arrival of a very important guest. My old mentor from the studium has agreed to make the journey from the old world to Ishgard and speak with the Holy See regarding the implementation of Charlayan astrological techniques in city-state's defense. Okay, so we got a Charlayan coming to town. Alas, the professor and his party are now fully 7 days late in arriving, and I've begun to worry for their safety. I should be much obliged, therefore, if you would inquire of the other astrologians here at the Athenaeum if they have heard aught. They're just here. I mean, they're within earshot. Hueriet, what have you got for us? Unbelievers from across the blood brine sea. Okay, so the blood brine is to the northwest, on the other side of the Orn Wild, and it's obviously across there that we can find Charlayan proper. I'm an astrologian, not a fortune teller. I cannot simply look at the stars and describe the location of the Viscount's guests, unless his guests are dragons, that is. Okay. It would be the observatorium. Well, I assume that we're about to head to the Central Highlands then. Mugwiniel? I'm probably saying that wrong. Let me guess, the good Lord Jean-Nic Guinard said he saw you in a vision and the stars told you to study Charlayan astrology with him. Blah blah blah, you must be the 100th of his little pets to pest me this week alone. Yeah, I that's just his regular pickup line, isn't it? Harbour no ill will. Heard naught concerning his imaginary friends from faraway Charlayan. Oh dear. Okay. Okay. What you got for us? Jean-Nic Guinard is still waiting for word on his missing Charlayans instead of actually making an effort to find them, is he? Of course he is. It is any wonder that nearly 20 years since he returned from Charlayan, his skill in astromancy has remained unchanged. Any wonder he'll never yet managed to convince a single peer of the value of the Charlayan school. He is a privileged little sprat who spends more time gazing at the stars in young maidens' eyes than actually trying to read the ones above his head. You know what? I don't think he's interested in maidens, somehow. Folomort? Okay. We're going to go see Folomort about it. Alright, I was right. So we're going to be heading off to Central Coerthis in a minute. Jean-Nic Guinard. And you thought this day could not get any worse? Oh no, I'm not suggesting that meeting you in any way has been unfortunate. It's just that it may not be in our best interest to be seen together as of yet. There's just so much happening between the lines here. This is ridiculous. There are certain people in the city who do not approve of my studies. Couple that with the fact that you're an unbeliever, and well, people may come to the wrong conclusions. We must act with caution until we can prove that our intentions are just and for the good of all Ishgard. I must ask you to travel to the observatorium alone and meet me there. He's embarrassed to be seen with me. Is homosexuality a sin in Ishgard? That would be interesting, because, I mean, there's so many sort of orthodox implications, but they haven't really gone into the more sensitive subjects in relation to the Holy See. Although there were sort of some implications about Emmerich and Estinian, weren't there? Anyway, let's go talk to our friend Forlamont. Alright, here we are, and I suspect I have some idea that Forlamont is going to be quite disapproving. Ethys, allow me to apologize again for not accompanying you here. As for our business with the chief astrologian, you may leave the talking to me. He's right there, again, he's in earshot, he can hear us.
Jean Equinard, I may have known it would be you. Who else would be so indecent as to drag an outsider into this holy place of observation?
Motherfucker, I'm a warrior of light, I'll have you know.
You've always had an unhealthy obsession with the foreign. 'Tis why you are worthless to the Athenaeum now, as you were when you returned from that heathen city nearly 20 summers since.
I really don't like this guy. I never liked this guy through the 2.0 quest line. But the stars, they can serve us in ways other merely revealing... let's try that again. The stars, they can serve us in other ways than merely revealing when the Horde will attack. Their powers can be tapped. The ether within can be used for...
The ether should be left be. Has history taught you naught about the folly of the Nemeans, the Andropori, the Miyachi?
You telling me that the Ishgardians never use magic? Come on. Mine uncle the Charlayans have been wielding astromancy for ages without disrupting ethereal balance. This power combined with Ishgardian astrology could be what is needed to turn the tide of this 1,000-year conflict. Moreover, I have reason to believe that our masters at the Vault agree, as they have given me their blessing to continue my research. Okay, so he's the nephew. I do not come to trade barbs with you, nuncle. Why does he call him nuncle? Is that like... he's like a nun uncle? Is that a term that I'm just unfamiliar with? Let us save that for another time. I'm here because it has come to my attention that you may have information as to the whereabouts of Professor Mace and his party from Charlayan.
For someone who says he is not here to trade barbs, you have been quite generous in your dealing of them today. If it means you will leave and allow me to return to my work, then I'd be more than happy to let you know what information found its way to my desk just yesterday morn. Serpent Reaver sightings and foul weather prevented the Professor's ship from entering the Strait of Merthor, where they would have made their way up the Maiden and into Coerthus. After detouring around the south of Vilbrand, they finally disembarked at Vesper Bay, where they took the land routes along the Royal Allegan Sunway to the Black Shroud. It is there, it seems, they lost their way. A lost astrologian, huh?
We're all gonna get real sick of that voice if this guy is in later job quests. Oh man. It is as my morning readings predicted. Dalamud was in detriment in the House of the Spire whilst ascending over the ecliptic. Dalamud's not in the sky anymore, bruh. Ethys, you must journey to the Black Shroud and assist Professor Mace. Allow me to introduce you to Quimperane. He is my personal manservant and shall accompany you. Hey, I thought I was your main bae. Who's this guy? Who's this fucking pretty boy? Is there something you're not telling me? Jacques Wellina? He is not one for conversation, but his sword arm is amongst the best in all the pillars. He should see you safe if any danger were to befall you, and something tells me danger lurks on the horizon. It is a pleasure to serve you, my lord. I shall make haste to Quarrymill and await you there. That's my dark and mysterious Elizan voice. And you piece of shit. I'm so sick of this guy. Alright, I'll see you guys in Quarrymill. Alright, Quimperain, what do you smell? My lord, I have questioned the residents of this hamlet and learned that a party of queerly dressed outsiders passed through not but a bell ago. It should not prove overly difficult to find them now, but before we begin, might I ask a moment of your time? I would not dare utter aught ill of my master, but his recent fixation with finding a protégé, I believe it is ill-considered. This passion, however pure, has left him with more than one enemy within the astrological community. Lord Forlemore has seen to this. I fear not only how his name might be sullied, but for his life. I beg of you, pray do not drag him any further down into this quagmire. Let him quietly dabble in his dream, but let it remain at that, a dream. No good will come of encouraging him. It would only hurt the Viscount and his family. You must remember that while I serve Lord Jean Equinard, it is his father, the Count, who employs me. Now, as for the task at hand, I suggest we find the wayward travellers and hurry back to our respective hearths. I shall lead. Might I ask you to take the rear and see that none might take us unawares? Yeah, I can do that. I can take the rear. Hey, that's, I bet that's what Jean Equinard says to you a lot, doesn't he? I'm not jealous. Hello, hello. What's going on here? These are the Charlanes we seek, and it appears they have found themselves some trouble. Yeah, I can see that. Astute observation. Unheard my grandfather. Oh, of course, yep. That'd be right. Yep, just the Duskwhite bandits. The only time we're ever going to bring Duskwights into a story is thieves and bandits. Goddamn right. Look at the swag on this guy. Oh, man. Guy's a pimp. The soul has spoken. He's gonna do something stupid, isn't he? Oh, really? He's just gonna... Alright. Grab the old man. These wizard types carry on them all manner of begemmed baubles and golden trinkets. Yeah, well, I mean, he is a bit of a target, isn't he? I'll toss you to the snakes. It said he was slack-jawed, guys. That was not me. It said he was slack-jawed. You want to see the old man again? You leave us the girl. Try anything, and he's dead. Wait. Come on, Ethys. Those guys are like level 20. One piercing talent and they're done. Grandfather's soul crystal. Why would he leave it here, surrendering any power he might have to free himself from those bandits? Unless you were the one he saw in his reading before we left the old world. But that was more than a moon ago. My grandfather scryed from the cards that he would serve as the bridge for countless souls to be passed to another. Might you be that other? These men of the forest are careless. Tracking them will be no difficult feat. I shall follow and strike before they have time to regroup in numbers. The stars have spoken and laid their path not before you, before the adventurer here. You must take the soul of the Astrologian and place it near your heart. Yeah, I know how these works. This isn't my first soul crystal. Listen to the tales of those who walked before you and know their journeys as you do your own. We got a little, just like to point out, she's wearing the symbol of a Zima. Or a symbol of a Zima on her belt there. That's interesting. As for the tools you require and the knowledge needed to wield them, I, Leviva, shall see to those matters. That's a cool name. I like that. Leviva? You saw there was no fear in my grandfather's eyes when the bandits took him. This is because he has seen you come to his rescue. Our lives were written in the stars long before we trod upon this land. It is not by chance that you stand here today with the soul of the Astrologian in your hand. It is fate. I have a feeling I'm going to end up breaking fate at some point. I don't know why, but whenever you get like a player character interacting with fate and NPCs talking about fate, they normally reach the conclusion that you're somehow above and beyond that, and it works as like a meta sort of analysis of what it is to be a sort of human-controlled character in a scripted world. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. That is the level 30 Astrologian questline. I'm not going to remember all these voices. I don't know if I'll keep doing the voices. I'll listen to it in playback, and if it doesn't make me cringe, then I guess I'll keep doing them. It's sort of entertaining myself, even if it's not entertaining anyone else. And you know what? That's the most important thing, because I need to get through this. So I guess I'll see you all for the level 35 one, or is it? No, alright, well, I guess I'm going to keep going. I'll see you in a minute. Toodles.